When I look around me here in this old library, I just reflect on how extraordinarily privileged I am as a professor of Irish writing to work here, because this is one of the world's great collections. There is everything here from Jonathan Swift's student records from back when he was a student in the 18th century, to letters, the best collection in the world of the letters of Samuel Beckett, the Nobel laureate, to the manuscripts of a novelist still working today, John Banville, or a poet like Eileen Quillan, or an Irish language writer like Marcin O'Coin. All here, it's all here. And this makes this place one of the best places in the world to study Irish writing. By digitizing it, we can share that with the world. That it won't just be people like me and the rest of the community here in Trinity who'll be able to use this. It's everybody who'll be able to log into it. And that, to me, is an extraordinary privilege and an extraordinary affirmation of the value of Irish writing.
The first appearance of Swift's name in the historic record occurs in the college archives here, because he entered Trinity College as a 15-year-old student in 1682, and we have a list of his names among the sophistry students, and that is the earliest time he appears in the record. Among the other really interesting things that Trinity Library has from Swift's own hand is this memoir. It contains all we know about his rather mysterious early years. We have Stella's word book. So Esther Johnson was a young woman that Swift met in England when she was very young, and he acted as a sort of tutor for her. In an effort to expand her vocabulary, he would give her words and their definitions, and she would faithfully copy them out in this little word book. Swift is one of those tiny handful of people born in Ireland who has immediate, instant, local, national and international name recognition. So he is really intrinsically important to Irish cultural identity, significant to Trinity's self-identity. He came here as a very young student, and for the rest of his life he remained very benignly attached to the interests of the university. Trinity has one of the really fine collections of literary archives relating to Samuel Beckett. We're particularly strong in the collection of personal correspondence. I think it is possibly the largest collection of personal correspondence available publicly. And so one of the major collections that we have that reveals this very closely or very clearly is the collection of letters that we have that he wrote to Barbara Bray. He met Barbara Bray when he was starting as working on radio, and she worked in BBC Radio. They formed a very close personal relationship which lasted until the end of his life. And it's quite clear the importance of her role, not just in his private life, but in his work. She contributed to, she advised, she translated, she helped out, as you would, as any normal relationship would produce the kind of things that were produced in that relationship. Jennifer Johnson is going to benefit hugely, I think, for being included in the Virtual Trinity project. And I think one of the ways in which this will benefit her reputation is because people who will be casting about for subjects that seem to us to be very new and relevant, like the marginalised voice, the outcast, the separate person, the person not included. And of course there are lots of buzzwords nowadays which describe that, but she was doing that using the big house, the ascendancy. She's been doing that her whole life. So by allowing people who don't know that she exists perhaps to come upon her easily when looking for subjects like that, she doesn't hardly need a renaissance, but she certainly will have one.